the first time we were over there, we thought we had screwed up. We're like, oh man, this isn't going so well. And then the guitar player at the time goes, dude, I think we're blowing it, because it was so quiet.
Victoria Purcell here at Slam Dunk Festival, here with vocalist Ali Tabatabaee of Zebrahead, who have been around for over 3 decades, staying relevant, fun and energetic. So you guys have played all over the globe, but is there one show that stands out for a particular reason, and why does it stand out?
We played this Woodstock festival once in Poland, and we didn't really know what to expect, but when we walked on stage, they literally told us 500,000 people there. So you couldn't see the end of the crowd. If it looked like CGI, it was the weirdest thing. And then the reason that show really sticks out to me is because after we played, we were like, okay, we had another show, we have to leave. And our bus was blocked in by a small car, had gotten in our way, we couldn't leave. And at the same time, we were like looking at the car, trying to figure out, this group of Hare Krishnas were like rolling by, and they stopped and they're like, what's wrong? We're like, oh, nothing, this car blocked us. And then they like surrounded the car, the Hare Krishnas, and picked up the car and moved the car for us, and we got to drive out. So that whole day was just something has always stuck out to me. I've never experienced anything like that again. So
that is insane. That doesn't even sound real.
No, I might have been high, I don't know.
If you could describe your band in an object, an emoji, and a sound, which would you pick?
Can I have one for all three?
If it works.
The explosion. There's a right. There's a little thing. Is
that an object?
It is.
Oh, it is an emoji.
It is an emoji. It is kind of an object, and then there's definitely a sound to it.
Would you ever do a Zebrahead cruise?
Yeah. Could somebody hook that up, please? You guys? Okay, cool.
You just see it more and more these days.
Slam Dunk Cruise.
Yeah, they should do that.
Slam Dunk, come on, what's up?
Zebrahead headlining, because the idea was...
Absolutely. Yeah. We would never leave. We'd live on that boat like 24 hours a day forever, so...
Yeah, I mean, I've never actually been on one of those cruises, but it must be so cool because everyone's just sort of thrown in. You can't escape. You're all at sea together.
Everybody, yeah.
Have you ever played a cruise?
We've never played a cruise.
Oh, it's got to happen.
Come on.
They're out there.
Yeah, help us out.
What is your top festival tip for festival goers this summer?
I would say drink as much water as you do booze. Like, balance that. That way you can prolong the festival experience from early on to late at night. I feel like if you drink too much during the day, from my own experience, you're going to be tuckered by the end of the day, and you're going to be bummed that you're going to miss some rad bands. So drink water, booze. Water, booze. Water, booze. Booze, 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 booze.
Zebrahead have been around for quite some time now.
Yeah, we get around.
Long beyond to the point where you're sort of living the dream. I mean, you're physically living the dream, right?
Yeah, it depends whose dream. There's some people's dream, some people's nightmare, so it kind of depends on where you're at.
I mean, that's what I was going to say. I mean, there must be lots of ups and downs throughout the years, but like when you go from the point of this is my dream to play music, and you've had that for a long time, how does that dream evolve?
I don't think that ever changes. It's one of those things that I think, if you're lucky enough to be able to do it for a career, you do appreciate it. And I think the longer you do it, the more you appreciate it, just because you realize how uncommon that is for most bands. So we understand how lucky we are, and we try to enjoy it as much as we can, and then also at the same time understand it's a business, and you kind of, you have to be focused and you have to work hard. But we're so lucky, man. Like we're always stoked that we get to come to play Slam Dunk specifically. This is like one of our favorite festivals, and the fact that we were asked back over and over again, we're just really stoked on that. So
what is it about alternative music that made you go towards that? You could have played any genre, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think when we first initially started, we were super focused on what style of music we were going to play. But I think the punk scene in general kind of took to us, and we were very lucky because, I do some rapping in the band, and we kind of play like some metal in the band. So it's not like we've never really fit into a specific genre. And we're just very happy that like the punk kids liked us and have supported us throughout the years. So yeah, I don't know. We never, when we're writing, even though like right now we're working on an album, we never sit down and go, oh, we got to make this album more this genre or that genre. It's just kind of what we listen to and inspires us, when we're working. So that's kind of how we go about it.
Zebrahead have a lot of fans in Japan. You've toured there extensively, and for people that have not been there and experienced the Zebrahead show, is there much difference to the shows in Japan compared to over here?
We're very fortunate. Our fans across the world come to the show to have a good time and come to party pretty much. And so that vibe is always there, no matter where we're at. However, in Japan, the one thing we have had to get used to is they're so polite that in between songs, they'll clap for a minute and then it's just really quiet, right? So the first time we were over there, we thought we had screwed up. We're like, oh man, this isn't going so well. And then the guitar player at the time goes, dude, I think we're blowing it, because it was so quiet. And then we've come to find out that I guess that's like, they are just being very respectful, which we weren't very used to because we're not that way, but that's the only thing. But it's the same. They come to have a good time and they go off, but they're just very polite and very respectful.
Now, with the rise of AI tools going around at the moment, do you ever find yourself using AI for musical inspiration?
I'm not very good at AI yet. I'm sure at some point when I kind of figure it out, I would like to see what that's like. But personally, I haven't done it only because I don't know how to do it yet.
Yeah.
But I think everybody's going to be using it on some level, right? So I think it's like anything. At first, people are going to hate on it, but then it's going to become part of the industry, and you're going to have to learn how to use it, or you kind of get left behind. So.
Yeah, I mean, the same thing happened when the internet first came around.
Sure.
People were scared of it.
Sure.
Should we upload music here? Who knows?
Yeah.
But they did, and look what happened with it. But there is definitely going to be a learning curve for people using
I think so.
AI.
Yeah, I think so. And hopefully it'll be in a way where artists can still own their music, and it's not taking away anything from like being super creative. It's just a means of getting your music out to more people, hopefully.
Yeah,
Who knows?
How's your Slam Dunk Festival been so far?
It's been, great so far. We flew in yesterday, and I didn't sleep the night before or on the plane at all. So when we landed, I fell asleep for like 16 hours. And so I feel great today. We woke up early. We got here early. We've just been walking around, catching up with some old friends. It's been great so far. Catering was good.
What more can you ask for?
Nothing, really. Yeah, I'm hanging out with you now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's next for Zebrahead after Slam Dunk?
Then we are heading over to Europe, mainland Europe, to continue on with the Slam Dunk shows. And then also we have some other festivals going on for the rest of the summer. So a lot of touring. So come say hi to us if we're in your town.